Hello guys, how are we doing? Today's video is going to be a movement guide where I'll go through some advanced and some fairly simple movement tricks in order to help you guys out of Vanguard. I know it's quite late in the Vanguard lifestyle. Lifestyle? What am I saying? In the Vanguard life cycle, but I feel like there's a couple of people out there who still are struggling with their movement, can't quite narrow, like perfect a slide cancel or a bunny hop or anything like that. So if this video helps one of you guys, that's my job done. I'm happy with that. So let's start off with the settings first of all. So the settings I have that will impact movement. I've got a 9 sensitivity because I play as an SMG. I'm able to, turn and maneuver around corners a lot quicker. But I obviously have an ADS sensitivity multiplier to make sure my aim's still on. Movement wise, I have slide type. Make sure you have your slide type put to, where is it? Tap, and that way it makes your slide cancelling a lot easier. And if you put it to hold, it's almost, well, it's not impossible, but makes slide cancelling a hell of a lot harder if it's not on tap. The other thing you'll notice is that I have the automatic sprint setting as just automatic sprint in the middle ground. I would recommend having it completely off, but I like my thumbs. I like not having to buy new controllers all the time. So, I think automatic sprint's the middle ground. If you feel like you're getting caught mid gunfight, getting mid sprint, you're losing the gunfight because you've been sprinting or things like that. Turn it down a notch, put it to automatic sprint. You still have to slam on that left stick to get into tac sprint, but you can move around just as quick without having to slam that down. So yeah, it's useful. It's helped people out in the past, so I do recommend this is one thing you change if you feel like you're caught out sprinting far too much. Other than that, I think everything else is pretty standard. I've been through a settings video before, so if you guys want to check that out, feel free to do so. Next thing I'm going to be going through is jump shotting, when it's appropriate, when to do it, when not to do it. And if I'm honest, it's fairly situational. Obviously, it comes with experience, I'd say. So when to jump shot, in my opinion, most of the time, especially in this COD, slide cancelling is the better option. But jump shotting is very easy to do. It's as simple as just jump around the corner like that, and it's an enemy's there. Pre-aiming is even better. Obviously, I just did a B hop there, bunny hop, but regular jump shot, simple as that. Where it is useful is if, for example, you manage to get up here and you want to jump around. That's a nice little shot because there's someone usually watching out there, so you can get up here and come around, beam them, happy days. Really, jump shotting is not as effective as it used to be. If you're in mid gunfight, just a jump would fine. So, say for example, I chow someone here, I find them here, I'm caught in the open like this, they're caught in the open. As I'm shooting, just press A, or you can put right stick to A or jump, whatever it is. But I actually have a back paddle which helps that. So jump shot in mid gunfight is useful if it doesn't affect your aim. Moving on to bunny hopping, swiftly off that. Bunny hopping is essentially just like jump shotting, but instead of jumping and coming to a stop, you do one more jump like that. So in order, it basically looks like that, and you swing around and you're behind cover. You get behind cover quite quickly. You can get a couple shots on. You do have to be tac sprinting for it to be super effective, and you're tac sprinting because the gun goes all the way up like that. So in order to do that, make sure you're fully tac sprinting, and then you can bunny hop, which basically just forward, twist, and jump at the same time. That's the first step. Twist and jump, and then as I'm about to land the first jump, I press it again, and it propels me. The only thing I would add in, you don't have to aim in, obviously. If you just want to get to somewhere, you can just, for example, like here, just jump. Aiming and just means you're ready for a gunfight like that, and you just put in the aim whenever you feel like it's necessary. But other than that, you can do it without aiming in, and it doesn't look quite as smooth when you do it like that. But yeah, aiming in I would recommend doing as you B-hop, but you just do that by, as I say, in summary, flick your left stick and jump at the same time, and then just jump on again on the landing, and throw an aim in there if you feel like someone's going to be there, which I would recommend doing. Moving on to drop shotting. Now, if you noticed, when you drop shot in this game, your gun comes out like that, so it's not as effective as it has been in previous CODs. But say, for example, come around here, drop shot around the corner, beam them like that. Drop shot around corners is very effective. It does, because people are often aiming for the top of the head glitch. So if you come here, lay down, or come around here, lay down, they're going to be aiming above your head, so you should have a jump on them. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but it is useful, and I wouldn't recommend drop shot in any of the situations. Moving on to shouldering. I know we're going through these quickly, but I'm aware it's a 6.5 minute video already, and I don't want to elongate that anymore for you guys. Moving on to shouldering. This is essentially where you're checking to see if people's there. You're literally looking for info. So, for example, let's say I was. You're trying to watch like this area here, so there's P2 up here, trying to watch this alley. And if you're sort of trying to watch both sides, I wouldn't be here like this, then here like this. I'd probably be like going around. Or for example, if I was watching this, go around, peek like this. And all I'm doing is my left stick is just going in circles. That's all I'm doing. It's going right enough for me to peek that doorway and check no one's coming through there. If there is, out. Easy as that. This moves me swiftly into slide cancelling, which is a mechanic which I don't mind. I know it's not ideal because you win in a gunfight based on breaking cameras, and it's essentially where, for example, I don't know, slide around the corner and beam like so, or like here, and enemies often aren't expecting you. The most effective way to use a slide cancel is to get to a head glitch like this, because all they will see on their screen is someone popping up like that, and then by the time they know it, you're already pre-aimed. They're dead, unless they're pre-aiming this, which you know can happen when you're in the better visions. But yeah, that's where I'd use it. The buttons for this is you don't even have to be full sprinting, so you can do it from like. So I've got auto sprint. This isn't tack sprinting, so that's tack sprinting. This is regular sprinting, and I'm just holding my left stick forward. You can do it from this, but it's obviously a bit slower, not as effective. But yeah, you want to get into tack sprint, slide A. That's essentially slide A, and then look left trigger. So in essence, if I wasn't to turn, that's what it'd look like. Just me running forward, slide A, slide A. That's what it looks like. You can do it as quickly as you want, slide, and it, you know, you can make a long slide like that if you want to try to get like around somewhere. I don't know. It's one of them things. It's completely situational dependency with that sort of thing. But it essentially is crouch, A, crouch, jump, and then aiming at the end of it like that. And as you're doing that second crouch, swing your right stick right, and then you go. There you are. And just for an information, I have my settings on tactical, which means that my right stick is crouch rather than melee. I've got B as my melee, and it has a back paddle as well. So with my right stick as crouch, it's easy just to slam on that a couple of times and press A. Very easy. It's very simple, and that's what I would do for that. That moves on to snaking. Now, you guys may be aware what snaking is. If you're a fan of the CDO, you're going to know it's G8. It's a bit of a scummy move. And essentially, all it is, say for example, you're holding this, you've got an AR, trying to defend that. Snaking is you fully crouch, and then you sprint forward. Fully lane out, sprint. In practice, it looks like this. Essentially, you shush your head bobbing up down. And if you know someone's coming, and you snake like that, with my pistol out now, they are going to have a hard time winning that gunfight because the camera breaks. You appear on your screen up as much quicker than they do. So it's a bit of a shoddy move. You can use it on most head glitches, but I wouldn't. You know, it's not gentlemanly. Let's just say that. But if you really want to win a gunfight and you're playing for cash money, I don't know. One of them things. It is very frowned upon, but it works. That's all I'm going to say about it. Another thing I'm going to say is sliding down stairs. That's something that I see people not do all the time. They'd much rather run like this, chow around like this. So, for example, if I knew someone was there and I haven't a sub, I could, you know, what some people do is they wait to get to this and then chow it out. But what I'd like to do, because sliding down slopes or stairs makes you move a lot quicker when you're sliding. Quick slide down and then you're there. They're not going to expect this. It gets you there quicker, and it also breaks the camera slightly more because you're getting like to that point faster. So sliding down some ramps, you can do it to these steps, you can do it to this ramp, although it won't be as quick because it's a less steep step. But if you just wanted to get down here like this, it's easy to do so. And at that point, you're still moving, you're turning. So instead of strafing like this, or like running down like this as well as looking that way, you can slide down, look right, and as you're still moving, you can look to where you want to be looking. So it's got the advantage of strafing, but not as slowly, a bit quickly. I mean, I'm chalking this up now, aren't I? It's as simple as just sliding down the hill. That's all it is, and you can do it to these stairs as well. It's very simple, but it is quite effective. And tack sprint, obviously anything you do in this video that I've said, if you're tack sprinting when you do it, it's obviously going to be quicker. So this is the difference when I'm tack sprinting. It's quite a slow little slide, whereas when you're fully attack sprinting, slide down, you get there a lot quicker, and then you're just ready for the burst on that head glitch. So yeah, that's useful, and that's what I'd recommend doing. Now, talking of the making movement fast, that sort of thing, I'm going to be talking about the fastest way to get around the map as it stands. And the fastest way to do that is with this pistol. Make sure you've got the movement benefiting attachments on this pistol, so it's going to be fleet and quick, and then you have none of the other attachments which affect movement speed negatively. And basically this is going to make you zoom around the map. This mixed with double time, you can move, zoom, and what I'd recommend, as soon as you come out of attack sprint, so as soon as that gun comes back down like that, that's when you know you're out of attack sprint. And to re-energize that attack sprint, all I do, run like this. When it comes out of attack sprint, 2 slides, and you're good to go. Let's try that again. 2 slides, and you're good to go. It's as simple as that. You're back to attack sprinting. It's a quick way to get around the map. But you don't want to be caught out with it attack sprinting, because it is a bit of a slow gun to fall back up again. A lot of times people don't double slide like that. Some people get away with just sliding once. So if I just slide, it works as well. And I'm not sure specifically which one's quicker, but both are just as quick, and both are more quick than just running like this after you've attack sprinted. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys out, especially for those S&D rush routes. For sure. Now, there's one thing one movement trick I do when I'm ARing only. So obviously snaking, you can use an SMG and an AR. I did use an AR as an example, but you can use it as either, to be honest. But that's crouch shotting. Now, crouch shotting is basically where, when you're getting shot, when you're shooting, you're just crouching. When you're playing with the competent player with an AR, a lot of the time they're aiming for the head. The automaton has no recoil whatsoever, and they're going to be aiming for the head. So what happens is they're aiming for your head, you're in gunfights. It's usually longer range gunfights. I'm not going to lie, it's usually longer range gunfights. Shooting, give it a little crouch as you're shooting. It makes you a little bit harder to hit, and you've got better chances of winning your gunfight. The whole reason you want to be good at movement is to, be better at the game, win more games, and in order to do so, the general rule of thumb is to be unpredictable, not running directly at objectives when you're, maneuvering around the map. You want to be taking the weird routes when possible. I see so many teams just funneling. So, for example, the hill here, I see so many teams funneling directly into this part of the hill or around to P1. I don't see enough people hopping up here, jumping up there, or even going for the long P5 flank all the way around, because there's chances that there's someone there. It's maybe a 10-second route, but if it gets you behind and gets you the kills and gets you the hill, it's not too bad. But yeah, I would recommend not running directly a hill. Be unpredictable. When you're maneuvering the map, run cover to cover. So from here, so just channeling out like this, I'd naturally just slide to this, slide cancel to this, or even B hop to it. Or just regular jump, as it seems. Rather than just, it's in essence, cover together is the way you want to be going. What I see a lot of people doing is mantling over things rather than hopping onto it and then falling down. So, for example, a lot of people, to get onto point, they'd go like that. So, for example, if someone's down there, mantle on and look down, or even mantle over like this. What I would recommend not doing that. You don't have to do that. I see a lot of people doing that, and your gun's not in action for quite a lot of time. What I'd recommend doing is simply, say you're jumping onto it, just jump a little bit before the mantle sign comes up. You can judge it normally. It might take a little bit of practice, but there's a bike there, so I can't do that bit. But your gun's up. Obviously, you are jumping. The mantle puts your gun away. Jump up. It's a bit quicker, and you're ready for the fight. It's as simple as that. Now let's think about using doors. So doors in this game are pretty good for movement, for the fact that you can really abuse them. So, for example, say there's someone here waiting for you to come fight. I see a lot of people running in and then maybe slide cancelling, or not even slide cancelling, just running in and then seeing where people are. What I like to do, slide in, take a peek, or open it, or close the place. So, for example, I know someone's in there, peek like that, close it, and then come through and then shout like that. That often catches them off guard. They don't expect it. And when you close the door, they're not really expecting to do that. They probably expect you to come to this extra side. So you peek and you see him, close the door, and then you just pop in, and then they're dead. Simple as that. I think that's actually going to do it. I know the video is getting quite long. I don't want it to be this long, to be honest with you. I know there's a lot to cover with movement, and I have grazed over a couple of things quite quickly. So if there's anything you don't necessarily understand, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. And if there's anything I've missed that you think I would need to explain, again, pop it in the comments. But till next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao for now.